Hi guys, it's Deborah. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 4 of my January Ketovore challenge. I am doing a high-fat keto diet with a 20-hour fast, 4-hour eating window protocol. And the goal is to lose 10 pounds and heal my gut and all that kind of stuff. So, got on the scale today. Let's see what happened. So, the scale went up 0.8 pounds. Wow. All right, let's talk about it. I'm just on my way out. I'm heading to the gym, and then I'm heading to pick up an Amazon package that came, which I've been waiting for forever, which has my allulose. Oh my god, I have never tried allulose, but just from what I've researched, I kind of feel like it's a really good solution for me in terms of a sweetener, because really the only sweets and things that I want or crave is ice cream. So what I was thinking is, well, first of all, so the scale went up 0.8 pounds. And what I was thinking is, I think I know what happened. I mean, it could be a gazillion different things, but I'm pretty sure I know that yesterday when I was out running around just before I was to break my fast, so at the 19.5-hour mark of fasting, 19 hours of fasting, I went to the butcher store. Like, we have like a boutique butcher store here, and went in, but the butcher shop is like a keto candy store, right? Especially the way they did it was, they have, in order to get to the eggs, you have to go buy the case that has all the fancy cheeses and the artisan meats and yada yada yada. So of course, at a 20-hour fast, I'm like, oh, look at that. So I ended up buying a farmer's sausage. And there was a moment where I thought, okay, this is where I used to go wrong with keto in the past, was that I would buy these processed meats or artisan cheeses and really, live off that kind of stuff, which you can't really well, for me, I can't. So anyway, had that moment. I thought, it's just one. Actually, the package came with 3. I asked the guy, could I just get 1? He said, no, you got to buy 3. So, and inside I knew all along that little inkling feeling of, don't do it, Deborah. Anyway, went home and I fried it up on top of that, because I like that fried sausage thing. It was like, to me, that was like a treat. And then when I looked on the package after I ate it, don't do that. Don't do that. Was dextrose was in there. So, I know that anything with those oats on the end are just really bad. Anything processed for me, really, my gut is so in poor health that anything like that, I really need to avoid. And part of this for me is to heal my gut. So really, I have to eliminate all processed foods, fancy cheeses, as clean as possible. So keto and Ketovore. Just had that little chat with myself, like, okay, don't shop at a keto candy store when you're 20 hours into your fast, eh? And then also just cut myself some slack. Like, it's only day 4, and that's the kind of thing that we learn. And keto today is so different than it was back in the day. I mean, if you think of, I was thinking of like this keto products, it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry right now. Everybody's on keto, and the things that you can have And not just that you can have, but the sweeteners and the way, you know, like I was shocked about the glycine as a sweetener. And so back in the day, it was either, you know, what did we use? Aspartame or something like that. It was horrible. Or you need to eat cream cheese and bacon. It's just like, anyway, so this is like a whole new experience for me, and I'm learning a lot. So, for sure though, I'm not going to eat any more processed meat. And, you know, I ate my ice cream, my keto ice cream 2 days in a row. Or, well, yeah, yesterday I only had a half. I just had a tiny little bit. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So here's my plan. I'm going to pick up my Amazon package, which is my allulose. So excited. But then I was thinking, okay, well, I already made a bunch of ice cream concoction. I have half of one of my Haagen-Dazs style containers left, and then I have another full one in the freezer. So I didn't really want to make ice cream today. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make keto hot fudge sauce for my ice cream. Because I'm going to the gym, and then I'm going to break my fast with my bone broth, and I've got my electrolyte water, all that kind of stuff, and I've got my little tiny butter bites. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So when I get home with my allulose, I'm going to make that hot fudge sauce, put it on my ice cream. I'll share all that with you guys. Okay, so I'll see you soon. At the gym, worked out, fasted, broke my fast right at 2 o'clock. Well, it's about 5 after 2 with my bone broth latte, which I brought in a to-go cup. And I find when I make my latte at home first with the butter and then put it through the blender and then put it in my to-go cup, it's still frothy. By the time I had it, it was nice and hot and super salty. Anyway, so now I'm actually really hungry. It's 10 to 3. So I've only had my bone broth, and I was running around, worked out, fasted, so I'm really hungry. So I don't know if you can see, I'm having these 3 soft fried eggs that with a soft yolk, and I put a bunch more butter on there. And then in my air fryer, I don't want to show you my messy kitchen, I've got ribs. So I'm probably gonna, well, I'll eat as many ribs as I want. So I'm gonna eat this now. Woo, that's hot. I want to show you guys my ribs. Seriously, they're so hot. This is what happens if I would let myself get too hungry. There's my ribs, guys. Seriously, this one I'm going in first. They're so hot. So I cook these, I think I showed in one of my videos, I bought like a rack, a humongous rack, and then I cut them into ribs, and then I put them in the freezer that way, and then I can just pull out however many I want. So they came out so yummy. On these I just put some salt, pepper, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. That's why it gets that nice crispy kind of coating look. All right, guys, I'm going in for this. Next is the hot fudge sauce. Hi guys, so I am starting my keto hot fudge sauce for my ice cream. So I'm just browning my butter. I got the recipe, the basics of this recipe from a YouTube content creator called Keto Upgrade. So she does lots of different recipes. First time I've ever made keto hot fudge sauce, but from just my quick review, I thought her recipe looked awesome. So I'm just changing a few different things. So I'm just browning my butter. That is 2 tablespoons or 24 grams. And that's looking nice now. Okay, and then so to that I'm going to add 7.5 ounces of heavy whipping cream. And then just whisk all that up. then, well, I wanted 60. I got, oh, now it turned to 62. Okay, so that's good enough. So that's my allulose. And then just put that in there. Turn the heat down. I've got it right now. I've got it on super low. And so I'm just gonna whisk in the allulose. So I'm just letting this cool down, and as I do, it's thickening even more. And then I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I also added a teaspoon, well, maybe 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I'm using these Lily's stevia sweetened semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'm gonna start with a 1/2 cup. I'm probably just gonna not dump the whole thing in right at the start. I just want to kind of see how it's gonna mix up. And then this is my butter. These are 1 tablespoon chunks. I'm just finding it's just easier to do it like this. So that's a good little tip. These are all 1 tablespoon chunks. Anyway, so once this cools down a little bit more, actually, I think it's ready to go now. So I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of butter to this. So just want to melt that in. Turn this back up to about 2. Yeah, I just got it on very, very low. So I'll just let that. This is going to be so lush. And I've got my Ninja Creamy ready to go. I do have a 1/2 container full of ice cream like already made and gone through the creamy, but I found it's just a little bit hard. So I'm going to run it through my Ninja Creamy just on the respin to make sure that it gets nice and creamy. All right, so I'm going to start adding my chips. Let's go with 1/2 for now. I'm going to turn this off again, and then just whisk this in. This is going to be so decadent. Yeah, so we can definitely use the whole 1/2 cup, I can tell. I don't know, maybe even more. Let's see. This is going to be so good. So yeah, too, I was thinking about that farmer sausage that made the scale go up. I'm almost certain that was what made it go, because of that dextrose or whatever. And so hell, I'll give up farmer sausage for this any old day. So that's how it is right now. It's a bit runny. Maybe I'll add some more chocolate chips. Oh my God. It's like amazing. I'm gonna add, I don't know, maybe what's that? Another tablespoon. Just throw that in. This is how I bake. That's why I don't really reference recipes very often, because I just end up making my own creation. So yeah, I think that's making it. It has a very hot chocolate with marshmallow kind of flavor. If I were to, it's not like McDonald's hot fudge sauce, like, because that's grotesquely sweet. This is more like creamy hot chocolate with marshmallows, which, hell, yeah. Okay, let's give her another go. So it is thickening up, and I suspect it's going to thicken even more. Oh my goodness. Divine. So I'm not going to add any more chocolate chips. It's not as thick as I'd like it, but I suspect if I keep going too much chocolate chip, I'm going to bring it to a level that once you go past a certain level, you can't undo it. So I'm just going to let it cool and see how it shapes up while I make my ice cream. All right, guys, so this is the first time I have done this. This was about a half of a container from yesterday, but it got too hard, so I put it through my Ninja Creamy on the respin, and this is how it came out. So I'm going to show you how it scoops up. So I'm trying to make this look pretty, but I don't know if it's just me. I'm not a great scooper. So that's it. And now I'm going to drizzle some of this hot fudge sundae sauce. Ready? Wow. That's a lot. It's hard to pour and measure and camera and all that stuff. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go in for a bite. Check that out. Well, it's not a very good scoop. Unreal. Look at that. Crazy. So, those are all the ribs that are left over. It is right now 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna finish my ice cream. There's a teensy little bit there. I'll probably scrape that bowl. And then maybe nibble on another rib or two between now and 6 o'clock. And that'll be my day 4 Ketovore challenge. Right, guys, so if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.